Bloody interesting place, New Zealand. Down the west coast of the North Island, there's all these bloody great bars. And there's heaps of wrecks on them. Shitload of them. Because people came from all different nationalities here. It's been proven. They came from Egypt. You know, those Phoenician types, they were here. And the Chinese, bloody Chinese were here. I'll tell you about the Chinese. When they came in all these bloody great junks. And they were off the coast of the South Island, and this huge comet came down, smashed into the water, and then there was a giant tsunami, and it sort of swallowed up all their ships, threw them onto the shores of New Zealand, and some of them was reduced to the size of a bloody matchbox. Believe that? Yeah, it's been proven. Up Kaipara way, there's all these bones have been digging up. Yeah. You know what? They're not Maori, and they've been predated. Got a guy to predate it. He was one of those pathologicals, came from Scotland. Yeah, he knew what he was on about. And he reckoned that they predated Maori by about 1,500, 2,000 years. Yeah, they probably brought rats and stuff with them. I don't know what happened to the remains, but they were here, and they keep finding more and more. There's more and more you can find if you know where to look. I know where to bloody look.
There goes the Iliad. No, it's the Odyssey.
Opinions? Yeah, I got opinions all right, mate. I'll tell you, you fucking got opinions. You know what I reckon? This whole indigenous thing, dingoes are not supposed to even be from Australia. And the same with your pukekos. You know, how did they get here? Well, they can't bloody come on boats, can they? Or unless someone brought them. But what I reckon, there used to be all these conversationals all around the world. And they took them in their arks. Yeah, they used to drop them off. They'd have, you know, birds here, animals here, 2x2 and all that. And they'd just drop them off in different places and leave them there. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's right, but it's what I reckon. Oh, Jesus, flooding every fucking where.
I've always been terribly interested in poetry. Poetry in ancient Egypt. They are my two interests. I love to go into the back of museums. I just love the smell in there, and I take my poetry books in there and I read amidst this old musty smell. You see, the Egyptians were here thousands of years ago, even before the Maori, and they've left their inscriptions on the rocks. Some people, you see, of course, can read it. One can.
No such thing as an unplanned voyage to New Zealand. I mean, in the old days, these are the kind of boats they used to have, the Phoenicians, the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings had to row. There's no way you can row across Africa. See, if we're here, we go sort of do the sort of whole thing of where the African continent is. It takes 5,000 miles to be able to come down the coast from Europe up here, where they came from. So the 5,000 miles from here down to the sort of Cape Horn, and to travel across, going by the sort of the Roaring Forties, it's 6,000 miles of open sea. Now, there's no way a person can just sort of float across and be able to sort of find themselves to New Zealand. So, when the Polynesians came, they were very good sailors. And so when they came down, they knew which way to go, and they always managed to sort of be able to go back. Because the whole idea of sea travel is that you need to be able to return to your base. If you can't, there's no point in doing it, because you might as well be committing suicide and be like a terrorist.
Some words you never mention on a boat. Rabbit's one of them. You don't say rabbit, you say bunny up there. Aye, same with women. Don't let no woman near no boat. Wasn't an easy life being a pirate. I would find the Spanish, Portuguese galleons off the coast of South America. Would run them down and would take off down the coast, past Tierra del Fuego, out into the Pacific. We were going to go up to the Caribbean. We missed the current. Low over the seas we went and crashed on the coast of New Zealand. Aye, it was a terrible time. All the crew was slaughtered. Only me escaped. I've been on the run ever since. It's not an easy life being a pirate. Because if you're found out, you'll end up back in some jail. And I'm not going back to no jail no more. No, there'll be a strange sound.
History's what you make of it. Make of it what you will. Back in the day, sailors were criminals. If they weren't, out there on the high seas under sail. They were incarcerated in some grotty, horrible, slimy little jail. Polynesia. That was where they found their magic. Beautiful maidens, had lovely teeth, very clean. Yeah. The only sailors who were clean were those who walked the plank. They never came back from their bath. It's very hard to go back to being filthy once you've been clean. Yeah, no wonder some of them have stayed. Me, I like to be clean.